Welcome to a Monday moment. We kind of like only almost never do Monday moments, but this has been one of those weeks where a Monday moment was a must have. But the good thing is you'll get two moments this week. So you'll get your Monday moment and then you get your Saturday moment as planned. And aren't we all super happy about that? I want to welcome everyone in. I'm especially grateful because I know people are commuting from work and picking babies up from daycare and starting nighttime routines and dinner. And if you are joining me live on this chat, super duper grateful for you and always grateful for those that watch me in the playback. I'm not mad at you getting your moment whenever you need it. I am just so excited that we're gonna get one because we've needed one. I am welcome you to a moment of harmony. We are in a manifestation series, and I'm super excited for us to keep moving forward in it. Whew, talk about it. So I just want to get a couple announcements out the way, and then we're gonna keep it moving straight through because again, we got some night times. It's Monday, so I can't thank you enough for just joining me on a Monday moment. But um, let me get all up into it. So the first thing is um, big shout out to my nephew Cash, who turns 7 years old tomorrow. He does watch his auntie in a moment of harmony, and I know he's gonna be super happy to hear me. The years are like moving so fast because I feel like I just shouted Cash out for his birthday, and here it is again. So big happy birthday to Cash. I cannot wait to give you a super duper surprise tomorrow. Um, Also, listen, Mommy Mercy for a Monday moment is super duper. I am like, come on now. This weekend was super crazy. I had some very important things I had to tend to. I had some um, life is lifing. It's doing all types of things, and I know you all are here. Listen, this week for all my astro heads. If you're not an astro head, we about to keep it moving. I appreciate your patience. But we're getting ready, retrograde. We're going into Mercury retrograde. We're in it. I'm sorry, going. And it is retrograding. Pre-post is serious. So if you came here to take a deep breath and get a good moment, I am super duper here for it with you. We have so much that we're going to get into tonight. We're going to keep it within our time frame again so that we can get back to our regularly scheduled program of a Monday night. Thank you again for your mommy mercy and a Monday moment. Now, some of you I know, you're going to be watching on your way to work. You're going to be watching it at work. You're going to be watching it tomorrow when you make dinner. It's okay. However you get it, whenever you get it, you're here at the right place. We are currently in a manifestation series. Peace, 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 and welcome. We are currently in a manifestation series. We are manifesting more. We are going to the door of my 40th birthday. I'm in the last year of my 30s. We all are in the last year of a lot of things, and we are doing it together. We have been using tools, the tools invested within us to move things into our lives as well as move things out. Okay? Y'all about to see a lot of that coming into the new year. And I'm super duper happy that we're all doing it together. So let's get some more tools today. Let's exchange today. Let's engage in positivity and in divine manifestation. Super excited for you. Today's episode is entitled Happiness Not Included. Listen, y'all, when I tell you that the divine source always qualifies me when it's time, happiness not included. I'm so happy to share this. When I tell you I could write a lifetime movie, network movie, about some of the things that have come my way to come as a blockage or to come in some way um, to cause confusion, them tower moments, it's been a lot of them. But this episode today, for everyone that's looking at life like, what just happened? Okay, this episode today is going to show and have us exchange and delve more into the happiness within self. Stop putting happiness outside of yourself. We always talk about that when we talk about manifesting, but we're going to get all up into it. Happiness not included. Happiness sold separately up in this life. Okay, that's what we're getting into today in our manifestation series. We've been doing this like almost the entire year, maybe about 2 months shy of the entire year so far. We came out of meiotic moments and now we're in manifestation moments. And in manifestation moments, I have been putting together lots of coursework centered around the laws of attraction. how we actually utilize them, practical forms of higher vibration and moving towards your divine purpose. And I have worked through so many sources. When I tell you that any book that gets recommended to me, any article, documentary, anyone I can sit down around that is in alignment with the light work, we've been doing it all. But primarily, as it pertains to the laws of attraction, I've been doing a lot of work with the secret work, the whole secret series, the movies, the documentaries, the books, and I have this super cool calendar book that I've been loosely curating the moments around from week to week. So we're going to start off reading this week's excerpt, which actually I think is a quote from a book, and then we're going to get into this moment today, happiness not included. Listen, this is so important to me because this life will shake you out to your core if you think that your happiness belongs in the hands of other people. The responsibility, the obligation, the mastering, the operation of others, it will shake us and it will move us further away from manifesting more for ourselves, because manifesting is an inside job. And we're going to get more into that later on as we get through our series. But I really, really don't want us being held up and wondering why better isn't coming for us, wondering why we aren't having the lives that we truly desire and deserve. And whole time, the things that we want are in other people, the possessions, the materialism, the validation, the attachments, and not at all truly being able to manifest from a space of centeredness, happiness, and self. We're going to listen. Don't worry about it. We're going to do all of that today. When I tell you I have had this week, when we talk about retrograde coming on up, revelations, upheavals, betrayal. I mean, you just name it. But also when I stuck it through and I went inside of self, miracles. Today was actually a super miraculous day for my family. Extraordinary blessings rained in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's why we're going to get into this today. Happiness is within you. Do not be fooled about who got your happiness on lock, because I promise you, it is all an illusion. Happiness is a self-curated master tool, and we're going to get all up into it today. So, get into this excerpt first, get all up into this moment breakdown, get on out of it, and get you back to your Monday night. That's how this is going to go. Alrighty? All right. Now, so the excerpt today says, a feeling that greater possessions, no matter what kind they may be, will of themselves bring contentment or happiness is a misunderstanding. No person, place, or thing can give you happiness. They may give you cause for happiness and a feeling of contentment, but the joy of living comes from within. And that is a quote from The Invisible Power by Genevieve Barrand. And that is where we are going to be going with our moment today that I have created on happiness not included. Here is your life, your beautiful, powerful, wonderful, and extraordinary life. Happiness sold separately. Happiness is not included. Yes, I'm going to give you relationships. Yes, you are going to have connections. You're going to have dreams. You're going to have goals. You're going to have vocations. You're going to have all types of things in this lives. School. And let me tell you what it doesn't come with. It does not come with the happiness. This is the beauty of manifestation. The happiness is what you create. I'm going to give you the people. The lessons are going to come along with it. The growth and development comes along with it. But the happiness in this life is an inside job, sold separately. It is your responsibilities. Happiness not included. We are going to get all into that today. We are going to talk about how happiness is self-obtained, is self-created, is self-maintained. We're going to talk about people only being able to the limited ability to reflect and reinforce happiness. Listen, we need this one tonight. No one is actually bringing you happiness. Nothing is actually giving you happiness. We're going to get all into the misconception, the vocabulary, the perceptions that mess us up, that take us off our square and bring us further away from creating more of the beauty we all love and desire so much. And then we're going to get inside of how manifestation is a self mission. SELF. I got a good old acronym for you. You know how I like to do. And we're going to get into that tonight. Okay. So, first part, this beautiful life given to you comes with all of the bells and whistles, but the happiness is something that you learn. It's something that you develop. It's something that you create. This inner peace within self comes from a knowledge and elevation of self. That all sounds real fancy, but we're going to get into some really practical ways for that today. So, when I say that happiness is a self mastered tool for elevation and spiritual development, what I mean by that is that whatever I'm a part of, whether it is my work environment, whether it's my relationships, whether my connections, my children, whatever, even when we talk about possessions, anything I have, I never want to be connected to something and say that there is something that I need from you that I can't give to myself. This is when we talk about not happiness. This is when we talk about attachments. This is when we talk about bonds, right? We talk about ties. Those things come from us having connections in an unhealthy way, and we think that these things make us happy. A drug makes you happy. A person makes you happy. You're only happy if you can live in this place or work in that place. I hear these things all the time as a wellness practitioner. I'm always, every time I'm doing healing sessions, it's like I would be so much happier if I just had this job, if I just worked this amount of money, if I just had a maid, if I just had this many children, if I just had this, or I didn't have this. I hear it all the time. And I'm so happy to come on a moment of harmony and set the record straight on happiness. Let me come up on here and talk about where the true joy lies. Because joy in other people, listen, when I talk, I can't even go into the shenanigans of others and the deceptions and the manipulations. And the only way people are able to do that and succeed is because you have placed your happiness, or so you think, in others. Now, I do get it. We place trust in others. We do create bonds and connections with others. I am not saying that at all those things are not important. I'm not saying that they aren't real. What I am saying is that if you are out here doing anything for happiness and you are not actually creating your own happiness, you are hustling backwards. It is not only hurting you spiritually, but it is hurting your manifestation game. And I want us to get strong on bringing in what we deserve and what we desire. So here's the thing. There is nothing that I need from you that I can't give to myself. There is nothing that I need from you that I can't give to myself. I don't care what arena that we're working in. When it comes to curating and strengthening internal happiness and drawing in the good that we are elevating, I want us to know that whomever or whatever I love, that goes from people to material, intangible, and everything in between. There is nothing. Listen, your girl is a little bit bougie from time to time. I'm not going to find a red bottom, though, that's going to bring me more joy than I can bring to myself. When I put these shoes on, like Cinderella, all it is going to do is illuminate a magic within me. They aren't the magic. They didn't make me magical, but they went on ahead and helped me crank into another level of operation that I'm very fond of. And that comes with relationships. I'm not coming into a relationship asking for loyalty and know that I cannot provide loyalty to myself. I am not going into a job and asking for validation and knowing that I cannot self-validate. These are the setups of the century and the base of so much unhappiness, confusion, depression, and despair for many of us. We raise in the vibration Today you have tuned into a moment of harmony. I'm super grateful. But we are tuning in to raise our vibration and get us closer to our divine alignment. What is waiting for me in my creation, in my illumination, and here's where I'm ready to obtain and achieve that. So let's get into that. But remember, nothing that I will go into, nothing. Even my children, and y'all know I got a nice little crew. I love each and every one of them. Here's the thing, there is nothing that I need from my children that I can't give to myself. Nothing that I'll need from my partner that I can't give to myself. Nothing that I need from any area of life, from my bank account, from my parents, because when it comes to my happiness being my responsibility, me being the master of operations when it comes to my machine of happiness, I cannot ever place such a responsibility on or into someone else. If ever we are doing that, I'm promising you, you're talking about trauma bonds, you're talking about ties, you're talking about attachments. These are the unhealthy versions of the masking of happiness that are not truly getting us anywhere. And we're saying that if my marriage doesn't look a certain way, I'm not happy. If money doesn't look a certain way, I'm not happy. If my home doesn't look a certain way, I'm not happy. And I'm saying right now, that is not how we go about creating more, better, grander, amazing realities for ourselves. You got this one beautiful life, and the happiness is not included. This is your mission. This is your inside job. So let's get into how happiness is an inside job. So here's the thing. Happiness is self-obtained, it's self-created, and it's self-maintained. Hey, DJ, what that? Happiness is self-obtained, it's self-created, and it's self-maintained. When I go into spaces and when I go into areas, or if there's anything in my life that brings me joy, there should be a resonation within me, and we'll get into that in our second point. Something in me that wakes up what I already have, and you reflect that, and you reinforce that, and we'll get into that more. Self-obtain. Never, ever, ever should we be going out into this. Listen, and I know it's easy. It's easier said than done because a lot of us have generational trauma, childhood trauma. We're growing up in environments where we're not properly fed affection or attention or healthy examples. And so when we grow up, we're just out here trying to fill holes and voids, a lot of us. And we're connecting to people that make us feel a certain way. It's bringing us down. We're drawing in the wrong type of energies. We're trusting the wrong types of people. We're connecting and anchoring ourselves to the wrong types of environments, schools, institutions, jobs. And it's again because I am trying to get you to feel a void that only I can feel. You ever get to the point where you say, I've tried it all, lose weight, gain weight, ate this diet, that diet, these type of people, that type of people, right? This type of, date that type of person, date this. You just tried it all, and you've gotten to the point where you've tried everything but you. You've tried everything but you. And now I want us to get to true manifesting abilities. Oh, if I can get it together. True manifesting abilities where we try me. I try me. I try the light within me. I try the mission within me. I try the divinity within me. I build myself. I strengthen myself. I illuminate myself to the point where the happiness that I create is only an overflow of what I already have. Everything outside of you, for it to be true, healthy, and sustainable, has to be an overflow of what you already have. The confidence you already have, the joy you already have, the dreams you already have, the talents and the skills you already have. And if you don't have it, I promise you that your next goal is not to achieve it. Your next goal is to cleanse and obtain. Some people say, oh, I'm not happy, so I'm just going to go out and get things that make me happy. That is how we are messing up. That is how we are filling holes that are temporary and superficial and only lead to more pain and disturbance. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to a moment of harmony. That is how we are getting to that place. It is self obtained. I am going after the things that are speaking to my soul. You know what you're looking for. You know what type of career you want. Now, again, we let trauma get in the way. What we deserve, what we're capable of, what we're worthy of, what's available to us. That none of that talk has anything to do when we get into manifestation. Because again, manifestation is a self mission. And we're going to get into that acronym. So when it goes into self obtained, this is something I go after for myself. The things that bring me fulfillment, the things or the environments and the energies that fill my spirit. This is only something I can get for myself. This is only so once I go after obtaining these energies, I'm in these spaces. I now have the opportunity to create. My happiness is self created. What is it that I desire more from myself? Listen, I know y'all are like, girl, I tried that. I promise you, try it this way. Instead of going into circles, instead of going into situations that are dead ends, that are not working, that are not helpful, that are more harmful, that are more conflictual, go into them instead of saying, in this marriage, in this job, in this instance or circumstance, instead of saying, what is it that you could give to me to make me more happy? Because that's what we'll say. Give me more time. Give me more money. Give me more attention. Give me more affection. We always think that the give me is where we're going for happiness. And in reality, it is not the give me, it is about the in me. So now it's about going, now I'm saying, okay, what is it that I could do in this space to obtain more happiness? Can I create better communication skills? Can I have better discernment? Can I raise my standards? Can I release and close doors? Self-obtained. We are sitting here and we are feeling gutted from situations and circumstances where we are solely looking for happiness and it is letting us down. And I want us to know it is not that relationship letting you down. It is not that job letting you down. It is not the scale letting you down. It's not the bank account letting you get down. It's not the kids letting you. It is you letting you down. Because obtaining the happiness that you need for self, creating the environment necessary for your happiness and the maintenance of it is only something you can do. Everyone has their own level of operation. And there's so many times we are allowing people in and out of our lives. So we're subscribing to things, we're applying to things, we're being a part of things that are not capable of our level and our standard. And so and the thing is, I'm not just going to keep beating down walls until I get it. I am going to create a space that only attracts it. So different. It moves us in a different directions, and it enhances our energy in a whole nother arena. I'm not going to beat down walls, kick and scream until I get it. I'm going to create the environment that attracts it. Shout out to Honey Goddess, who did a workshop and and gave us the quote, I don't have to make it happen, I just have to make it welcome. I just have to create a higher vibration within myself for what I'm actually looking for what I'm actually asking for. What we're doing is we're hustling backwards because we're saying, I sure hope I can find this job that makes me happy. I sure hope this person doesn't ever hurt me and make me happy. And I'm sure hope. And all we're doing is saying in a hope vibration, a wish vibration, a want vibration, instead of a create vibration, a manifest vibration, a cultivate and develop vibration. Do you see how differently those vibrations are? And then we're sitting here and saying, I poured all my hope into you. I poured all my dreams into you. This is what parents do to children, spouses do to one another, jobs and employees do back and forth, right? From upper management to working, to the underclassmen, what have you, to subordinates. That's what I should say, to the subordinate. Everyone is saying, I came here and I had the highest hopes for you. What happens if I have the highest hopes for me? What happens if when I walk into any environment, my hopes, my dreams, my energy shifts from what can be given to me to what can I create? The master perspective shift that comes with that, the complete 360 of authority you gain and grow in your life. When you do that, not only do you pull in more of what you're actually wanting, but you get rid of, you completely, unintentionally, subconsciously, you just create a different vibration that no longer is accessible to that which is not on your frequency of creation. And you'll just be like, oh, this person used to work here. Oh, I used to be friends with that person. Oh, yeah, I used to go to this club all the time. Or, oh, yeah, I used to hang out over here all the time. Or, I used to like this brand of whatever. We used to. And then you try to figure out, like, what just happened? I don't know. Like, well, that was my jam back in the day. And then you just say, you know what? I think I just outgrew. Yes, you outglowed. You out created. You not only released, but you rose. Rising and releasing are almost synonymous when it comes to manifesting. All right, we're gonna stay on right, stay it on, because I don't even want to go up into rising and releasing, but I did want to just say they come hand in hand. So I do not come into any space needing anything that I can't get for myself. Now, a lot of people are saying, like, well, like there's a saying, I can do bad all by myself. Or why am I coming somewhere if I don't need something from you? Why do I want to be in places that I don't need anything from them? I'm not saying that you don't need. I'm not saying you don't need love. I'm not saying you don't need money. I'm not saying you don't need connection, laughs, trust. What I'm saying is never need what you cannot. You know how they say with what is it, loaning people money, don't loan what you can't afford. So if you can't afford to lose it, don't loan it. It's similar in that vein when we're talking about coming in. I'm not saying that I can't desire happiness with you. I'm not saying that I cannot experience pleasure with you. I'm not saying that we can't have abundance and prosperity together, that you can't be a partner or a friend or inspiration for these things. What I'm saying is, me achieving these things come solely from where I am, and you being here in the place with me will only align when you match the energy of where I am. So you can be here, but that is not the only reason you are here. Get it? You can be here. You can be here. We can kick it. We can grow. We can create. But I promise you, you are not only here for me to grow and create. You are not only here for me to experience joy and create, because people, energy, tangibles will disappoint, disintegrate, degrade, perish. What never changes as long as you are at the bright energy you are in. even from the ancestral realm. That's a whole nother conversation. What never changes is the energy you've invested, created, and grown within yourself and what it's capable of doing. I had, like I said, super amazing miracles today in my family. Super amazing miracle. And I have this sign. Both my brothers have transitioned. And whenever my brothers are looking out for me, whenever they're around me, when they know I need them, they always show me a sign. It's the same sign over and over and over and over and over again. And it goes to show about the energy of connection and creation. It is not stuck to the physical, and that is not your physical or anyone else's physical. It is not stuck in a possession. It is not stuck in a thing. We have emotions and memories and what is it? Again, ties. I just want everyone to really ties, bonds, attachments do not equal happiness. They equal work. They equal shadow work. They equal reflection. They equal all types of development, not happiness. Happiness, inside job, right? Okay. Now, I there's nothing that I need from you that I can't give to myself. That means I don't fall apart when it comes to grief. Many of us, when a loved one transitions, people can't function anymore. They're going into addictions and all types of toxic ways of coping. You placed your happiness in something that's no longer here. This is what I'm trying to say we're not doing. People go through divorce and then they are completely crazy, lost their whole mind, not eating, not sleeping, seeing stuff. You have placed your happiness somewhere far outside of yourself. It is not there anymore. Children grow up, people become empty nesters. You lost yourself, you have a midlife crisis. You have placed all of these results of placing your happiness outside of yourself. And then again, because that's not a possibility, you actually have created a bond, an attachment, or a tie, and you've called it happiness. For 30 something years, for 20 something years, you said your job brought you so much happiness. And then when you didn't have it, then when look at everything that's going on with the government. Then when you didn't have it, you lost yourself. Look what happened with COVID. People were gaining 40 pounds and massively depressed. How can we bring more into an environment like that? How can we raise a vibration when our reality feels like that? We're changing that. There is nothing that I need from you that I cannot give to myself. Health, love, attention, affection, time, grace, patience, affirmation. When I do connect with something, somewhere, someone that allows me to feel these feelings, grace, love, attention, affection, the only way that that's possible in a healthy form, outside of a tie, a blockage, tie, attachment, and a bond, the only way that that's healthily happening is if the person, place, or thing, just as it said in the excerpt, as far as person, place, or thing, is reflecting or reinforcing an already existing happiness. Unless there are only two things, anything you come in contact with can have to do with your happiness, and it is reflecting what you already have. Think about it. When you get into relationships, when you get into new environments, what you love about it is how it makes you feel about you, right? And when things stop reflecting you, when things stop reinforcing where you are, you don't like them anymore. They don't make you happy anymore. That is because they never made you happy. They were at a space in time where their frequency matched your level of happiness. And then, when that frequency no longer matched, neither did you. I used to love this job. I can't stand it anymore. I used to love being around this person. I can never be around that person again. I have very little tolerance for this, and I used to have all that happened there was the matching of frequencies shifted. When someone is reflecting your happiness to you, it's saying, I do love myself. I do think I'm beautiful and I'm kind and I'm genuine. And I've worked really hard on her. And I've spent a lot of time with her. And I've nurtured her. I've picked her up. I've fed her. I pushed her. And I think she's pretty dope. And when you come along and you say, hey, I think you're pretty dope. I think you've done a lot of good work on yourself. I think you're a beautiful person. I think you're pretty brilliant. I think you're pretty amazing. All of that stuff. See, now I can say, oh my gosh, I think I'm in love. But what's really happening, I'm not saying love isn't happening, but what's really happening in that instance is someone is able to reflect to me a version of myself that I agree with. So I agree with you. Yes, me and my bestie, the bestie, because she always reflects to me the version of myself that I agree with. Honesty, strength, confidence, beauty. I'm with all that. Even whatever our flaws are, right? Me and the bestie, we can be all trusting to a fault and needing to put our foot down and sometimes needing to go there. We're working on it, say no. We're getting better at that. But the thing is, even in those things, not identical, just aligned. We're not identical, we're just aligned. She reflects to me a version of myself that I agree with. You kick it with your family members, you hang out with your. Think about the people you can't spend a lot of time to. They don't reflect your happiness. I like to things to be calm. I like things to be honest. I like things to be graceful. I like things to be divine. And someone that gives me a hard time about that, loud, um, unstable, vicious, I will say that person doesn't make me happy. And I would be using the wrong terminology. In reality, that person does not reflect accurately what I agree with within myself. And that person does not reinforce the things that bring me joy. Meaning, if I'm in alignment with someone and they're saying, hey, I really like you, and I think you're so this, and I think you're so that. So now you're reflecting alignment. You're reflecting to me in your words and your deeds and your actions who and what I am. And I think you're dope. I like you for that. Then you reinforce with time, with energy, with intention, in your actions that I know you like a good laugh. I know you like, you need this type of affection. I know these things, and now I reinforce what you already give to yourself. I promise you that's all people are doing. When someone comes into your life and they are not, get this, someone comes into your life and they are not reflecting and reinforcing something you believe about yourself, they either are, it's time for them to go, or you drew them in for work you still needed to do. So, to give an example, I carry myself, let's say, self care. I put myself first. This is what I'll say, right? I always put myself first. I believe in myself. I do what's best for me. And then you draw in someone that you have to beg for attention, or you have to protect yourself from, or someone who's dishonest and deceptive. Pause. You don't make me happy. That's what we'll say. I'm no longer happy with you. Is this person reinforcing that you do not actually put yourself first? Is this person reinforcing that you are not honest with yourself? Is this person reinforcing that you do not protect yourself? Then, when you do the work for that, you understand no one is bringing me happiness and no one is bringing me pain. People are reflecting, reinforcing, and if need be, being released. People are reflecting, reinforcing, and if need be, being released. And if they aren't being released, they are rising with you. These are successful, harmonious connections. Ding. Work connections, parenting connections, romantic connections, business and vocation connections, creative connections. And that's whatever connection you want to say, person to person, person to thing, person to environment. The way that those entities are coming in, because they're about to learn you, they're about to teach you, they're about to grow you, and then you either release them because they've come in to show you. You trust people too much, too quickly. You don't make people prove and show. You forgive without work. You don't go through your processes. Or you get people that do come in and say, look at all this love you give to the world. And look at how the love is coming back. Look at all this kindness you give to the world. And look at all the kindness that's coming back. Look at all the pleasure you bring to the world. And look at all the pleasure that's coming back. People can only, there's only two things possible. Not you make me happy. Not you bring me joy. You reflect and reinforce the happiness I've curated, I've created, I've maintained and secured within myself. So when you get a soulmate and you're like, we have so much in common. Oh my gosh, we went to this same school. We like these same movies. We go. You have drawn in someone who reflects and reinforces where you are. Now, when it comes to doing better, when it comes to being greater, when it comes to doing more, we then say, I have more work to do. So if I was on this level of awareness and I brought in a reinforcement or reflection on this level, what happens when I raise my self-awareness? What happens when I raise my self-nurturing? It only gets better. So it's not what happens when you don't make me happy. I don't want you anymore. I'm going to go after this other thing to make me happy. This job doesn't make me happy. I don't like it anymore. I'm going to go after this other thing that makes me happy. When the kids were babies, they made me happy. But now they're teenagers, they don't. So I don't want that anymore. I'm going to go get another baby to make me happy. It's hurting you spiritually. It's stunting you creatively. As a manifester, it is blocking you. And it is only bringing your vibration lower because you are seeking happiness instead of creating it. You are assigning happiness instead of aligning happiness. My happiness is in this relationship. My happiness is in this hobby. My happiness. I want us to stop saying, this makes me happy. I do this because it makes me happy. I do this because it reflects my divinity, my poetry. I do this dancing, singing, hanging out, falling in love. I do this because it reflects the love that flows in me. And it reinforces where I'm going, who I am, what I deserve and desire. If it does not do that, stop calling it happiness. Stop calling it happiness. The happiness is here. The reflection is here. The happiness is here. I wish I can go get one of my designer bags. Right, pretend I got a design bag. The reflection is here. The happiness is here. The reflection is here. Okay? So, Reflect and reinforce happiness is the only job other people can do. Stop asking more, expecting more. I promise you, you will get yourself in situations you cannot come back from spiritually. Handing over the power invested in you of happiness, joy, lessons, recovery, enlightenment, and divine elevation. Now, speaking of elevation, let's get into the manifestation part of this, right? So you say, all right, don't go in a situation saying, I need this and I need that, and I hope you can give me this. I hope you can give me money, and I can't give money to myself. I hope you can give me stability, and I can't give stability to myself. Child, it's breaking us. It's not working for us. Okay? Then we say, keep in mind, whatever happiness you create, self-obtained, self-created, self-maintained. I cannot get into any space. I'm not going to say you can't energetically interfere. It's the same as energetically influencing. You can influence, you can interfere, but you cannot be. Your energy can come over, and I just like it came over, I can send it right back where it came from. But you cannot be my happiness. You cannot be the reason that I subscribe to love or sisterhood or community or growth and abundance. You are not the reason. None of this is the reason. The reason is my mission. The reason is my purpose. It's the work that I put in myself to allow me to become a master manifester. Period. So, manifestation is a self mission. That's how we're going to get ready to close this out. Manifestation is a self mission. SELF, standing for spiritual elevation, luring fulfillment. Self, in the sense of manifesting. When I say self obtained, self created, self maintained, I am using self in this acronym. Spiritual elevation, luring fulfillment. Manifestation is a self mission. Spiritual elevation, luring fulfillment. There is nothing else that is going to bring in fulfillment. Not this moment with this person, not these years at this establishment, not this title, not this badge, not this deed, not this document, not these keys. It is not fulfilling. It's reflecting, right? It is not fulfilling, it's reflecting. What is fulfilling comes only from my spiritual elevation. So manifestation, bringing in, vibrating, magnetizing, elevating towards, aligning with, is only happening when my spiritual elevation lures in fulfillment. When I'm not highly spiritually elevated, I do not lure in high fulfillment. When I'm sometimes spiritually elevated and then I'm temporarily spiritually elevated, only when the full moon comes, only when I go to spiritual institutions, only when I have motivation. If I'm temporarily spiritually elevated, I will be temporarily fulfilled. If you are in a space where you feel like you are not happy, I promise you, it is not that other person. It is not that circumstance. It is not that situation. It is the lack of spiritual elevation that is not allowing you to tap and tune into places you should and could have access to. The peace and the joy, the self-contentment, the understanding, the self-assurance. These things are vibrations. They're vibrations. If you've ever seen anyone with a garage full of cars and a closet full of bags and shoes, and they're still in rehab, they're constantly in rehab or prison or what have you, or hanging from a shower curtain. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but doing things to themselves they shouldn't be doing. It is because they bought more things, but never elevated spiritually. They made their bank account more, they made their friend circle bigger, they did more plastic surgery, they were involved in more drama, they did more of everything but evolve. They did more of everything and they gave up looking for happiness because they couldn't find it when they were seeking. And you'll never find it seeking because it is not something you find, it is something you create. It is something that you elevate towards. Go for the walk, start the new workout regimen, start the journaling, do the spiritual cleansings, do your meditations, do your yoga, go out and laugh, hang out with people that reflect the good in you. Why do we hang out with people that don't reflect? Child, hard lessons that I'm hoping you don't have to learn. So many. This is bringing down what you can lure in. Spiritual elevation, luring fulfillment. This is self-obtained, self-created, self-maintained. But we go out. I go sit around these people that make me feel a certain way. I go to this job that overlooks me. I hang out with these people that I always have to hope or go on these dates with people that really don't show up. And it's because it's not them, it's you. Because happiness is your job. Okay, I'm going to stop saying this. I'm not a singer. But that's the thing, right? It is not any of it. Realign. Recenter. Do your actual work. Get out of your dark spaces. Get out of non-reality. Get out of rage and hate and anger. And you will stop drawing in those things that reflect and reinforce that. Get out of weakness. Get out of pity. Get out of fear. Get out of appeasing, self-denial, self-sacrifice. Get out of it, and you will stop to reflect and reinforce that in your surroundings. But get all up into peace. Get into honesty. Get into learning. Get into grace. Ooh. Let me tell y'all, I only survived last week because I got up into some grace, child. Because I sure was like, girl, how did you get caught with up in these crazy people and crazy circumstances? You know, when you're in the middle of a tower, you're like, what just happened? Grace. I done grown up out of crazy people. Because again, you have, what is it called? Childhood trauma. You have patterns. You have things that are there too, that if you do not elevate and purge, will bring more reflection and reinforcement of it. We're not doing that anymore. So just keep in mind that when manifestation is a self-mission, it means that in this life you have to be good enough. Not good enough for other people, not good enough for attention, not good enough for to achieve things, good enough that good things find the good in you. That's what we mean by spiritual elevation, luring fulfillment. It means that there's so much good here that good things find the good in me. That's manifesting. I am good enough. Not for you, not for the attention, not for I'm not good enough for this raise. I want us to say that differently. Instead of saying, am I good enough for this person? Am I good enough for this home? Am I good enough for this school? Am I good enough for the good to find me? Not validation, vibration. Two different goods. Not validation. Please stop that. Vibration. What do I want? Healthy connections. What am I manifesting and pulling in? Abundance, prosperity, peace, rest. My auntie used the word today, workcation. Listen, my next career, workation. That's all I'm gonna be doing is traveling and doing things that I love to do. I'm pulling that in. And when I say I want that, I can't stop and say, will I have it? Should I have it? Who's gonna give it to me? Negative. Am I good enough for good to find me? Not validation, vibration. Good things will find the good in you. If you're having a hard time finding good people, good money, good environments, good relationships, good moods, good moments, then I would have you go ahead and look at the good in you, the light in you, the honesty in you, the peace in you. Ooh, peace in you. Go on, take your little non-peace having self. Go on. Because I'm working towards a workation. Okay? That's shout out to my auntie with the workation. Good things, finding the good in you. Am I good enough? Because the happiness in this life is not included. Happiness is sold separately. I'm going to go ahead and get the life. I was blessed to have the breathing of the lungs, the growing and the aging. But the happiness is not included. It's created. You're not about to just, and a lot of times we think we're entitled to some good old nice living. You are not entitled to joy and happiness. Do you deserve it? Yes. Should you desire it? Absolutely. Will it be given to you? You will vibrate your standards. You will create the environment. You will elevate and evolve into the happiness awaiting you. It is work, but it is beautiful work. It is the work of living. It is the work of self. It is the work of growth. So please, please, I'm just not happy with this person. I'm just not happy with this job. I'm not really happy with my kids. I'm not so happy with my weight. Stop it. Peace. Hey, Mr. Carter. Stop it. The happiness is not included. It's not just going to come, darling, because you're here. You're going to have to work and grow and glow into the happiness you deserve and vibrate to the good that comes into the good you're looking for is only going to match the good you got. Okay? The good you're looking for will only ever match the good you got. I love you all so much, and I know I say God a lot of times, and I hate using God like that, but it just went all together so well. I love you all so much. Thank you for your mommy mercy and coming to hang out with me on a Monday night. I know we got to go get into some routines, right? We got to get some little people to sleep, some of us. We got to go ahead and get ready for work tomorrow, probably all of us. We got lots to do. Thank you for your mommy mercy and your love on a Moment of Harmony. And for those of you watching me on a playback, thank you for getting your playback in. Come on and grab your moment when you need it, when you want it, how you got to get it, okay? Now, it's Monday night. Go on. It's the beginning of the week. Take really good care of yourself. Oh, and tomorrow is 11/11. This is again for all my numerology, astrology, cosmology. Listen, I know everybody's not with it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. If you are with it, tomorrow is a very numerically, can I get it? Tomorrow is a very numerically spiritual day. Don't let nobody bring nothing up in your 11/11, okay? If you with it. If you're not, keep your day going the way you had it. It's no judgment here. But if you with it, don't let nobody bring no craziness up into your 11/11, okay? It's enough going on. Be great, be bright, be beautiful, because you already are. So, go on and take really good care of yourself. It is Monday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. It's a long way to Friday. Take really good care of yourself. And then, after you've done all you can for somebody else, you done loved up, healed up, been there for yourself, I meant. After you've done all you can for yourself, oh, no work tomorrow? Okay, Mr. Carter, I'm happy about that. Look at you already going into a magical 11/11. After you've already done all you can and taken really good care of yourself for the moment, go on out your way and take really good care of someone else. It's Monday for them too. It's Tuesday for the people around you tomorrow too. Okay? Give love, get love, be love, and have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you for your second moment this week. Look how you were patient and now you're getting two moments this week. I'll see you on Saturday for another moment